Shaquille O'Neal goes speechless over Caitlin Clark's $70,000 contract. The WNBA is gearing up for a trying time over the next few months as they look to finalize the next collective bargaining agreement between the players and the league. Caitlin Clark and her peers have rejected the first offer proposed by the league. They called it a slap in the face as owners are not willing to give them what they deserve. They are primarily fighting for a greater share of the revenue. The existing CBA gives them roughly 9% of the revenue. In contrast, the NBA gives 50% of its revenue to its players. That, along with the difference in overall revenue, explains the massive difference in salaries. Even though the WNBA is growing at an exponential rate, the players are receiving minuscule salaries. That is what they are trying to change with the next CBA. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal was speaking with the crew of the Off the Record podcast. When the hosts informed him that the WNBA's most famous player Caitlin Clark earns a mere $78,000 salary, he was left speechless. While saying this, the big Aristotle took off his glasses and dropped them on the table in shock. He earlier mentioned that three-time MVP A.J.A. Wilson should be making $10 million a year and not $200,000. This information had him dumbfounded by the wage gap. Shaquille O'Neal has a solution to help the Caitlin Clark and WNBA boost viewership. The last time Shaquille O'Neal spoke about ideas to help boost the WNBA's viewership, he was speaking with his mentee Angel Reese on her podcast. While on this Off the Record podcast, he reiterated the idea that he has held for a while. The four-time champion brought up the topic of volleyball and the difference in net height between men and women's games. He also referenced the differences in women's golf, where the women tee off further up the hole than the men. He is not advocating for a major drop in rim height. O'Neal believes dropping the rim by an inch or two is enough to be within reach for the women to dunk easily. The TNT analyst claims that is the only difference between the NBA and the W. If the women get more dunks in, fans will be excited and the revenue will start shooting up. That way the WNBA will have the revenue at their disposal to pay their players what they deserve. Caitlin Clark's presence draws 1.3 million to three-point contest and skills challenge. There is a slim chance that the WNBA will ever implement Shaquille O'Neal's proposal. They have been working with the standard height rim for so long and are not going to change just to appease fans. They might not need to, especially if their viewership numbers keep rising the way it has been for the past year and a half. As per television ratings analyst website Programming Insider, Friday night's three-point contest as well as the skills challenge drew an average of 1.3 million viewers. That makes it almost double of what the WNBA could muster up last season. More importantly, Caitlin Clark did not participate and was sitting courtside along with her Indiana Fever teammates. These numbers give the indication that more and more fans are starting to take in everything the W has to offer. Clark might be the golden goose, but fans are warming up to the rest. If this continues, it will be difficult to justify paying the Fever superstar mere $78,000 in salary. Aaliyah Boston reflects on what Indiana Fever has to do without Caitlin Clark. She's a fantastic passer, but the Indiana Fever, 12-11, will face the New York Liberty, 15-6, on Tuesday, July 22, at the Barclays Center, Brooklyn. However, they will be without Caitlin Clark. Speaking to the press, Fever head coach Stephanie White shared that CC is still recovering from a groin injury and will likely miss the game. Unfortunately, injuries, both a quadriceps strain and groin discomfort, have caused the Indiana star to miss almost as many games as she has played this year. She has played in 12 games while missing 11. With Caitlin out once again, the team will have to reorganize to cover her absence and achieve encouraging results. And for one of her teammates, intensifying the attack is the key. Boston reflects on Clark's absence. In a report from Indianapolis Stars Chloe Peterson, Aaliyah Boston talked about how not having the 23-year-old star affects the team. I think it changes our offense a little bit, where some teams are going to be a little more back, depending on matchups on the floor. I think we space the floor really well. Everything changes when we hit shots, said the power forward. Clark has the highest average in assists for the Fever, with 8.8 and 16.5 points, despite experiencing a slump in her shooting even before her injury. Kelsey Mitchell leads in scoring with 19.1 points. That's why thinking about reorganizing as a team also offers each player a chance to contribute to the plays. Caitlin Clark's hilarious take on boyfriend's Instagram skills. Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark has once again showcased her playful side, delivering a witty remark about her boyfriend Connor McCaffrey's Instagram post. While her season has been riddled with challenges, her spirit remains unbroken. After suffering a groin injury last month that sidelined her for 5 games, Clark is now facing another setback as she re-aggravated the injury, forcing her to miss more time. She has already been ruled out for the Fever's upcoming clash against the New York Liberty on Tuesday, adding to her earlier absence due to a quad injury. Despite these hurdles, the 23-year-old guard maintains an upbeat attitude. Her sense of humor is undeniably intact, as highlighted by her cheeky comment on McCaffrey's recent Instagram post featuring snapshots from his 2-year tenure as an assistant coach at Butler. Clark couldn't resist poking fun, writing, "Your editing and cropping skills are really good." Alongside her playful jab, Clark expressed her affection by sharing 2 blue heart emojis, showing her unwavering support for McCaffrey. Their relationship is marked by a blend of humor and heartfelt moments, as evidenced by a touching birthday tribute she penned for him earlier this month. Clark celebrated McCaffrey's 27th birthday with a sweet message, and she took pride in his achievements after he joined the Bulldogs in 2024. McCaffrey, who previously served as a team assistant for the Indiana Pacers in 2023, reciprocates the affection, praising Clark for her accomplishments and potential. His heartfelt message on her birthday last year read, "With all that you've already accomplished, there is so much more in store for you and your special self. I admire you in every way and I love you." The couple first crossed paths during their time at Iowa in 2023, both representing their university's basketball teams. As Clark navigates the challenges of her second year in the WNBA, she is fortunate to have McCaffrey by her side, offering encouragement, inspiration, and a healthy dose of humor to help her bounce back.